What's going on, guys? This is Damien from The Lookout and I am here with a bit of a different video. This is a Xenoverse build. What's a Xenoverse build? It's a build for a tournament that we are hosting on the 27th, free entry global online tournament where there are no bans, no limits, and only a couple of erratas. So this is the most powerful version of Gohan Super Hero that exists. Likely not this one, but it's a start. It's definitely a start. But before we begin this video, huge shout out to our patrons, the Coffee Club: Ryan, Adnan, Frank, Bryce, Miguel, Nave, Derek, and Jakub. Thank you guys for buying us coffee and helping us fund a new table. Guys, if you wish to support us this way, you absolutely don't need to, but if you wish to support us this way, link to our Patreon account is in the description below. And of course, guys, share the video, hit those like and subscribe buttons, help us grow, and maybe we can reach 3,000 subs by the end of BT21 spoiler season. Now, roll the video! Okay guys, I'm here on Deck Planet to show you the build. Yeah, let's just first check out what the leader does. So, the leader, for those of you who don't know, permanent. You can only place up to 3 energies, so no more than 3 energies. Auto, when he attacks, you draw 1, and then he awakens on 5 or less, or if you have a Z battle card with cost 2 and superhero tag, superhero character name in play, you may restand 2 energies and then draw until you have 5 lives. Doesn't really matter that much. The idea is that you get to awaken very fast. The permanent isn't an issue, don't worry. On the other side, he has the same permanent, but now he has auto once per turn. If all of your energy is mono blue, when you charge a Z energy, you restand 1 energy. And activate main / battle once per turn, you draw until you have 3 cards in hand. So, what can we tell from this? We can see that you're drawing a lot and you're restanding a lot of energies. So, we're gonna play a bunch of cheap cards in this deck. Let's start with our most basic cards, with our 1-drops. You can see some of these are on the ban list, yeah, because it's a different format. So, just 2 copies of Vegeta, Savior of the Future. If you don't know what this one does, auto, when he attacks, you add a card from your life to your hand and he gets plus 10k and double strike. So he's 1 energy 15k double striker. We don't need more than 2. We'll have to, if you want to play this deck, you'll have to fix ratios a bit because it's pretty weird. But let's just go over the others. The idea is we don't want to spend too much space from the deck on 1-drops. Our second 1-drop is only 2 copies of Pan, Glimpse of Talent. So turn 1 you're playing one of these. She has a barrier and basically when you play her you draw 1. That's it. Nothing else. So because you're playing 2 copies of Pan, you're playing 2 copies of Piccolo. Piccolo, deflect, dual attack. Very important, dual attack. Auto, when he's played, he can either gain barrier or you get to play 1 Pan from your deck. Activate main, limit 1 for 2 energies, you get to play him from your hand, and then for 1 energy you discard him and you look for Pan. That part doesn't matter. The part that matters is that he's a dual attacker, and of course he can get you your Pan. But dual attack is what we want to see, because we're looking to attack a whole bunch of times. Now let's look at our next package, our first package basically, because these are just draws and something that goes along with them. Our quote-unquote arrivals. So, we have only 2 copies of Son Goku and Vegeta Immortal Rivalry. 15k, deflect. Permanent, when it's removed from the battle area, it's removed from the game. Auto, when it attacks, you draw 1. Very important, almost every single card in this deck replaces itself. So, when it's played, you draw 1. Activate battle, limit to 1 for 1 blue energy. If your leader is blue, and this card is in your Z energy, and you discard 1 from hand, use up to 2 mono blue cards with 5k combo from your drop in a combo with skills negated for the turn. Additionally, if there are 3 or more cards in your combo, you play this one from your Z energy. So this one you charge and then you play him from the Z energy, plus you combo with 2 cards, that's plus 10k combo, and another one needs to be in it, so that's plus 15 at least, and then you get a 15k attacker who draws you a card. Then we have only 2 copies of Son Gohan and Piccolo Heroic Team. So 19k, dual attack limit 1, auto limit 1. When he attacks, draw 1. Once again, we are replacing cards. And if your opponent has a battle card in play, he gets plus 5k for the battle. Activate main once per turn. If you have 5 or more Z energy, or 2 or more Z battle cards in play, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or more, ignoring barrier, and place it at the bottom of its owner's deck. So once for free, essentially, you get to remove a 3 or more cost card ignoring barrier. And then activate battle, the important part, for either a blue or a yellow energy. If your leader is blue or yellow, which Gohan is, and you have 3 or more blue and or yellow cards in your combo area, which you will have, play this card from your hand. So you can effectively, let's say you can play this one, because this one requires that you have 3 cards in the combo area, and you can also play this one as well. Then you're not gonna be comboing with this one because he's 1 energy 10k. Then for our final arrival card, quote unquote, we are playing only 2 copies of SS Rose Goku Black. Why only 2 of everything? We're looking to fit everything into a 50 card package. 20k double strike. When he's played, draw 1. Once again, we're drawing through the deck. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 4 or less and place it at the bottom of their deck. Activate battle limit 1 for 1 blue energy. If your leader is mono blue or a Zamasu or Goku Black, and you have 3 or more Z energy, which you will have in this deck, play this card from your hand. So as activate battle, for one blue, we play him from our hand, and then we bounce something, and he's a 20k double striker. So for our arrival package, what we have here, we have 20k double striker, we have 19k dual attacker, who also draws a card and gets plus 5k. We have 15k attacker, who also draws when he enters. And outside of that, we also have from our previous package a deflect dual attacker 20k guy who gains barrier. So a lot of swings here. Now we're looking at a different package, and one of the more important cards in the deck is this one actually. So now you might be thinking, Damien, why are you playing this in a Xenoverse deck? There's so many better things that you can play. Which I think, yeah, that is true. But hear me out. Let's first see what it does. Deflect, dual attack. Once again, we're attacking twice. Activate main limit 1. If your leader is blue or a world tournament, doesn't matter, and you have 3 or more energy, you have 3 energy here, you play him from your hand. So, worst case, 15k dual attacker with deflect for 1 energy. Here's the important part. When he's played, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 5 or less, return it to its owner's hand, and then look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 Earthling or World Tournament card, both with an energy cost of 4 or less. Very important, 4 or less. Among them to your hand, and then you shuffle your deck. So, we're looking only at Earthlings, 4 or less. We don't care about World Tournament. Now, arguably, you can reduce the amount of these ones into your energy. You can select 3 copies, for example, and then up one of these that you have 2 copies of. Our first Earthling is SS3 Tag Team Trunks. So, free cost, we can get him from Son Goku and Noob. SS3 Tag Team Trunks over realm free. Auto, When this card is played using Overwhelm, it gains critical for the duration of the turn, and then activate battle, you warp one card from your hand and it gains double strike for the duration of the battle. So you swing, no negates, warp one, double strike critical 15k. That's our first target. Not the most important one. The next one is important. Unyielding Spirit Trunks. This card alone breaks the deck. So, it's banned for a reason. It's an Earthling, and it has auto during your turn. When you combo with this card, if your leader is blue, choose up to one of your energy and switch it to active mode. Yeah, one of your energy and switch it to active mode. Any one energy. So you can use, for example, you pay one, you play your 15k dual attacker, then you grab your Unyielding Spirit Trunks, you swing once, you combo with your Unyielding Spirit Trunks, you untap, you just got an energy back, an energy that you have used for this one, and then you can swing again and, for example, pay that same one energy for SS Rosé, for example. And then the last target are 3 copies of Shu Deluge of Power. You should know what this card does by now. It's basically, if your battle card in battle is blue, when you combo with this card, it gets plus 5k combo power. So it's for battle cards, basically, for blue battle cards. Luckily, you have a 20k guy here, you have a 15k guy here, 24 guy, when he's auto triggers, 20 dual attacker, you have a whole bunch of them. Now we have another combo. Our second package is Son Goku the Rescuer. 15k, 4 copies of this one, 15k, and only the auto matters. When a battle card is returned to a player's hand by skill, if this card isn't in your battle area, you may play this card from your hand. Okay, so every time that you return a card, if this one isn't in your battle area, you can play it. It doesn't have limit 1, or like once per turn. And you're combining it with another banned card, 4 copies of Legendary Flute. So Legendary Flute says, if your leader is blue, choose up to one of your or your opponent's battle cards with an energy cost of 3 or less, return it to its owner's hand. If that card that was returned to the hand is your battle card, draw 1. And in case that you were wondering, in the Q&A section, can you resolve this card's auto skill from your hand after returning it to your hand from your battle area with a skill? Yes, you can. So, the moment you use Flute to bounce something. So, you bounce something effectively. And then, the moment you do this, you get to play Goku. You swing 15k. First off, because you used a Flute, you draw 1. And then, if you have another Flute, you play it, you get Goku back into your hand, you draw 1 from Flute, so for 0 energy, you draw 1. Goku's auto triggers, because a card was returned to the hand by a skill, you get to play it again. Great combo. So this can be 15k triple attacker, draw 3 cards, in best case scenario. And it's not difficult to assemble, because you have so many cards that actually draw something. You might be able to, let's say, play 3 of them, for example, and then up one of the other ratios. Now we're going to our negates, 2 copies of Defending Friends, and that's about it for Floodgates. Xenoverse is an extremely fast format, so don't worry about like a lot of negates, a lot of stalling tools. Turn 2 at best, maybe turn 3 at the very best, and the game is over. Then for your super combos, 4 copies of Vegeta. Now we're looking at some other cards, our extra cards. 4 copies of Senzu. Very important to note, errata for Senzu is removed for this tournament, which means that you get to pay 1, you get to bean your leader, for example, and then you switch 2 energies into active mode. Now, consider this, please. Everything here, except the Piccolo, costs 1 energy. Everything costs 1. So when you restand 2 energies, you get to play basically anything in the deck. Except, for example, the first Goku. Then 4 copies of D-Magic to survive, 2 copies of Xeno Button. Okay, so why 2 copies of Xeno Button? What does this card do? I don't blame you if you don't know what it does. It's an ancient card. It's banned for a reason. Counter attack, switch all of your blue energy to active mode. Almost all of these have activate battle to play them. Almost all of these. I think that all of these have, except the Goku. So if you don't kill your opponent somehow, and if they attack you, you get to play the Xeno Button, restand all of your energy, and then you can use activate battle of your cards to, for example, play Goku Black, get rid of something, or you're tapped out, you need a floodgate, play Android 17. You have ways of regaining your momentum. And finally, for the SCR, which other card can it be? It's Beast Gohan. It's Beast Gohan. When it comes to your side deck, there's nothing here. When it comes to the Z deck, 2 copies of Area Annihilator, 2 copies of Vegeta Stronger Together. You're playing this one just because you need it to Z Awaken. You can even play 1 copy. 2 copies of Cell, because if you run into a deck like King Vegeta, for example, and you somehow manage to stall and not die, you can just play this and take away their board, gain triple strike. There's a lot that you can do with this one in the format, and 1 copy of Surmounting was like, why not? It doesn't do much. But anyway, yeah guys, this is the deck. Let me know what you think. It's probably not the best build around. I'm not sure that, I'm not sure that this format has been even experimented in yet, let alone figured out. But this is a glimpse of what a full-powered Gohan deck would look like. That's it for the video. Let me know in the comments below. Are you excited to try out this deck? More importantly, are you excited for the Xenoverse tournament? The tournament is taking place on the 27th of May. Go check out our Discord, link is in the description below. Has this deck inspired you to play at the tournament? Has it inspired you to build a full power Son Gohan Super Hero? Let me know in the comments. I read all of your comments. I try to respond to everything. I love our little community. And guys, please share the video, hit those like and subscribe buttons. Help us reach 3,000 subs by the end of BT21 spoiler season. That would be awesome. This has been Damien from The Lookout, and I'll see all of you in the next video.